Boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously. Let's start with a deep breath. Boundaries are hard. They are, in their essence, a practice. Something we have to learn over and over again. Something that's informed by our mistakes, our successes, and role models in our life. So what is a boundary, and why do we need them? A boundary is truly a personal statement about our own unique needs. A boundary doesn't say anything about what somebody else is going to do or how they're going to behave or how they're going to feel or think. A boundary is a statement about how I will behave. When we're creating boundaries, it can be scary because the fear of rejection and the fear of disconnection and of distance and abandonment can come up between us and other people. It's really normal to feel like if you say no to somebody or if you have a clear need or desire that they don't agree with, that they're going to respond in an angry way or an unsupportive way, or they're not even going to want to be friends or loved ones with us anymore. Those feelings are valid and hard and real. But boundaries can also facilitate a closer relationship with the people around us. Because when we're operating from a place of never stating our boundaries in a clear way, we never actually know what other people want, and other people never really know what we want. We're always working in this place of guesswork and uncertainty and creating stories in our head about what other people expect from us and what other people think about our feelings, right? So part of the reason we need boundaries is because they help us love people even more fiercely and honestly and powerfully. Boundaries are truly loving for ourselves and for other people. Let's talk about what boundaries are. I'm going to give you a statement and I want you all to think about if you think this is a boundary or not. Ready? If you are speaking to me in a rude way, I will leave the room. What do you think? Is that a boundary? It is! It is a statement about my personal and unique response to if somebody is speaking rudely to me. Let's try again. My boundary is that you can't talk to me that way. Is that a boundary? That's a tricky one because I used the word boundary in my statement. People like to do this a lot, but that's not actually a boundary. It would be more accurately expressed as a request. Something like this. I ask that you don't speak to me in that way. Now, if somebody says, I'm going to speak to you however I want to, then we can follow up with our boundary. Like, if you speak to me in that rude way, I'm going to leave the room. Make sense? So a boundary is not a request of somebody else. It's not a rule and it's not a requirement. It is a statement about how we will act in a situation. What have you experienced in your life? Have there been times when you set a boundary and somebody was really supportive? How did that make you feel? Have there been times when you set a boundary and somebody got angry or upset or gaslit you about it? How did that make you feel? Think about the other people in your life. Do people in your life tend to state really clear boundaries to you all the time? Or is that not super common? If you have people in your life who are out there stating their boundaries really clearly and they're very proficient in that, likely they're going to be more responsive and more supportive when you start doing that work. But remember, if you are kind of the first person in your community reaching out to get support around creating boundaries, you might experience a little bit more pushback. It's hard to know, so stay curious and stay open-minded. You deserve to have boundaries and to support your own needs and desires.